field. Are you listening?
Hang on, I'm just making a dramatic entrance. Greetings, Andy here again, and this video is a celebration of Vinyl Richie's 11th anniversary of being in the vinyl community, and he set a tag. So I'm doing his tag. I'm right at the tail end. I'm belated on this, so let's get going and run through them. And Richie, congratulations, mate. So the first question is, show an album with a fat dude on the cover. Now, the obvious one was Fatboy Slim, but I'm sure everyone's done that. I've seen a couple anyway, and I only have it on CD, so I was really struggling to think of this. And then I remembered Japan's Tin Drum. There's a photo on the wall behind Sylvian, with a fat dude on it, I'm sure. So I've had a look, and sure enough, there's a fat dude on there. So that's my entry, is Japan Tin Drum with a fat dude on the cover. Oh, and by the way, I know Richie doesn't like these, but let's just do this one now, just so he's satisfied with that. Right, number 2, show an album that shows how Vinyl Richie dances. So here's an album by jazz collective, Ezra Collective, called Dance No One's Watching. You know, so is that like how Richie dances? I have a suspicion it's like this cool dude here. So somewhere on here is somebody dancing like Vinyl Richie dances. Number 3, show an album that shows a beer or a backyard. Well, I couldn't find one with, I'm sure I've got something somewhere with beer, but I couldn't find it. Here in Blighty, on this side of the pond, we call the backyard the back garden. And I've got this one, and this is a Masterpiece, and this album, How to Make a Masterpiece, piece being spelled P-A-C-E. And there he is. It's sort of indie rock, but he's in a back garden or a backyard, clearly. Number 4, show an album that was recommended by someone in the vinyl community. Now, I've got loads and loads and loads of these, so I could have picked, I don't know, a couple of hundred probably. But this one I play a lot. I've got a digital version as well. I play it in the car ever such a lot. And this was recommended by Mike Vinyl Spiral, and it is the band I Like Trains and their album Compromat with a K. Basically, I remember he was doing a video of bands from his hometown of Leeds in Yorkshire, and I Like Trains come from there. And it was sounding really interesting, his description, so I got it. Absolutely fabulous. It's sort of post-rock, but not really. But I absolutely love this album. So if Mike's watching, thanks for that. Another toughie coming up, number 5. Show an album that has the band members on the cover, but does not include the singer. Now, I was really, really struggling with this one. I nearly gave up. And then I thought, hang on a minute, is that Deep Purple in Rock, where they're on the Mount Rushmore, aren't they? Is Gillan on there? So I got the album out, and sure enough, he's not. You know, there's some other dude on Mount Rushmore on this album, and Gillan's not there. You know, you got Pace, Glover, Lord, Richie Blackmore, and some other dude. It's very strange. Anyway, and then I thought after this, I thought overnight, before I was doing this, that a month or so back, there was a news clip of with Deep Purple were touring in Japan, and the Prime Minister of Japan met with them at her request, and it turns out she's a drummer, and she presented Ian Pace with a special pair of drumsticks and said to him, you could actually hear it, "You are my God." So, and she was absolutely beaming. She'd really met one of her heroes. And she looked, let me just say, she looked so much happier meeting this dude than when she met that dude. So let's move on from that, shall we? Show an album of a name of a band you can't pronounce. Again, if it's in any language of the world, including English, I can mangle it. But I'm going, because this is fairly recent. I know I struggle to know how to do this. And it's the Turkish stroke Dutch band Out in Gone. I'll come back to that in a minute. And their album Garip. Well, that's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Out in Gone, Garip. Except I think Outing's right, but that's not Gun. It's got a sort of an umlaut on the top of the U. I think it's and I know for sure Garip isn't pronounced Garip, but I've no idea how. It's somebody's name in Turkish. So let's move on from that one. Show an album that has something to do with the digestive system. I was desperately thinking of something with turds in it, but couldn't. So I'm going with Who's Next because they're having a piss. Show an album that you wouldn't think Vinyl Richie would have in his collection. And I'm sure I've got lots of albums because our tastes do overlap, but I know they're separate as well. But I thought, well, hang on a minute, let's go close. So I know Richie likes his punk, but I'd be surprised if he has this punk album. It's not really punk rock, it's more punk pop, shall we say. But it's got one of my favourite punk tracks on it. It's the Belgian artist Plastic Bertrand, let's mangle this one as well, Bertrand, and his album And On One, which came out in 1977. And of course, this includes the fabulous, let's see if I can mangle this one, Ça plane pour moi, which means it's all good for me. You know the one, I am the king of the divan and all that stuff. I used to dance to this in 1977 when I was 20. This is probably about as punk as I ever got. So, We Don't Need No Shirt. Slint, Spiderland, they're in the water, they haven't got shirts on. Show an album and give very little detail about it, but make sure you say it's fabulous, fantastic. I like Mogwai, it's fantastic. Show an album, show a punk album with a hole in the middle. It's hard to think of this with a hole in the middle, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going with The Damned, third album, Machine Gun Etiquette. If you look carefully, it's got a hole in the middle. Don't know what that's for. Show an album with a beautiful woman on the cover. Now, this woman I have fancied. I think she's a year younger than me. And I have fancied her ever since she first appeared in 78 or 79 on the telly. And she's beautiful to this day. And of course, I'm talking about Kate Bush. One of the most beautiful women ever, in my not so humble opinion. Show number 13, show an album that's something you would take to a party. Well, I tried to find one with pictures of wine and booze and stuff like that on the cover. I couldn't. So I'm picking a record, actually a CD, and it's Underworld and their compilation album 92 to 2002. And this is a great dance album, and it's got Born Slippy on it. And I have been known, when partaking of some alcohol at parties and weddings and stuff, to do a bit of a headbang to that. It's very embarrassing, so I'm not going to do it here. Open up a sealed outer sleeve. Well, I've already done that once, but I'm going to do another one because I've only just got this one, and it's a picture disc, and there it is. So. There you go, that's as good as I can get for that. Show an offensive album. Well, what do you say when you see something offensive? Which is the name of this album by Mandy Indiana. New album, well, this year. Mandy Indiana is a play on Gary Indiana, obviously. Sort of replacing a common boy's name with a common girl's name. And they are a French UK band from Manchester. Show a sexy album cover featuring a shirtless man. Well, it's a singles box set rather than an album cover, but it's the King and Elvis when he wasn't a fat dude. Show an album with weapons or a scene of violence. Well, I'm going with The New Sound by Geordie Greep. Geordie Greep was the singer in Black Midi, and he's gone off on his own. And here he's got this picture of this woman who's decapitating her ex-boyfriend. So there's that one. Show number 18. So we're coming towards the end now. Show an album of someone that could beat up G.G. Allen if he was still alive. I don't know. I have heard of G.G. Allen, but I don't know nothing about him. But anyway, I'm picking Elbow Flying Dream because I think these little shirtless dudes could beat just about anyone by the look of them. I'd be scared of them anyway. Show an album of outsider music. Well, this album is a live album by the OCs, or actually now OCs after lots of name changes over the years. And it's the Levitation Sessions. And here they are. They're playing in a desert. And as far as I'm aware, a desert is outside. So there you go. That's an outsider one. Last question, number 20. Two here is... Show an album from when you were 11 and one that is 11 years old. So I was 11 in 1968, and I'm picking, and this is in its wrapper still because it's got a very big hype sticker I wanted to keep on, because this is a later one. I didn't have it when it first came out. A Saucer Full of Secrets, of course, by Pink Floyd, and finally, the very last one is from 2015, so it's 11 years old, and I'm going with a Public Service Broadcasting and their magnificent The Race for Space. So, there you go. Richie, congratulations, mate, and hopefully I've got this in just about on time. If not, apologies, but I had fun doing it in the end when I actually put my mind to it. So, thanks for watching. Cheers.